Alright, sexy amp nerds. So inside the VH4. Now, I've seen a few pictures on the internet of inside a VH4, and you'll see it's a little bit more interesting than the like the Herbert and such. This is a bit more of a... Well, at first I was like, what the hell is going on here? I'd seen pictures on the internet, so I was kind of prepared for this, but I was like, hang on a minute, there's loads of extra tube sockets and stuff that's unused, and there's a huge gap here, and I looked, I was like, oh, this is weird. But then I looked up and I forgot there was a VH4S, a stereo version of this amplifier. So, and it was a true stereo amplifier, so it was pretty much all doubled up internally. So if you look at this arrangement of speakers here, so there's like 16, 2 8s, 2 4s, and then it's mirrored here, so it'd be 2, and you'd have another output transformer here, so it'd be 50 watt a side stereo. Because there's a phase inverter, then there's another one here mirrored. I was like, why would you do this? Of course, stereo. There are a lot of revisions here as well. A lot of it's kind of built off the circuit board. Like, say, for instance, here, this arrangement here is kind of done off the board. I've not spoken to Peter, I've no real cause to, but I mean, it's all neat and stuff. It's amazingly made. There's a transformer just sitting on the input. To see how that's wired in, it's like it's an input isolation transformer. I'll have a look at it. I haven't looked at a schematic, actually, to be honest, of a VH4. It's kind of like a unicorn for me, but I thought you guys would like a little look inside. There's no real problem with this amp as such. It's just coming for a service that the customer was playing it, was saying it's sounding great. Then all of a sudden, it sort of started to sound not so great. I mean, that could be anything. If you've got bad voltages, I bang on about input voltage and things. Yeah, sometimes that can play a part. You could be playing and all of a sudden your amp sounds funny. There could actually be nothing wrong with your amp. You might be getting more or less volts from the wall, and that will just change its tonality while you're playing. But an interesting amplifier nonetheless. So what I'm going to do, we'll bring it up, we'll put the bias probes on, just see what's what, see how it's running right as it is now. It's got EL34s in there at the moment. Might suggest, if they've been in there a while, we'll get some new KT77s and get it up to spec as it would be now when it comes from Diezel. Yeah, I mean, it's not, out of all the Diezels I've seen, have all been like purely PCB and everything is as is. I know, like I say, the VH4 has been through many revisions and tweaks to it, but is that 2007? 07? Those numbers seem to be a bit odd. Oh no, it's the glue on this that's come loose, and that's quite a large cap as well. I'll redo that with some new hot snot to stop that moving around, because that will work its way loose. MIDI board. It looks like Lars built that in 06. So the number over there is 07. So this, yeah, the MIDI board may have been, probably build them in batches. So yeah, I'm guessing this is an 07. It's a silver face, so it's not going to be the first revision. Though this might be, I don't know if these, I know these are the brighter ones supposedly. Cool. Interesting look inside a VH4. I do like the layout of the controls. Ah, look, there's an extra set there, so I'm guessing that's for the stereo version. That'd be your other power amp controls. You have to look up for a VH4S. I mean, there doesn't actually look to be an awful lot tone circuit wise to this amp. So you've got primary gain stage there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, probably send and returns. One of them to probably be a 5 gain, or there might be separate gains, like almost separate preamp arrangements. I have to look at the schematic, but so we're running populator. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 preamp, and then the phase inverter here to the 100 watt power stage. Yeah, pretty standard arrangement for a modern amplifier, as I say. Cool. There's a little 5-minute look at it. I'll upload this, and then the next video will be as it stands. We'll see, and then tweaking it, dialing it in, and do a quick service. Right, out.